I've built what amounts to a very complicated prompt for large language model. I've used Claude, but theoretically, these files could be used with any large language model that is capable of inputting the files. Here we have the project page of Claude. This allows you to use project files. Every chat that you have within this project will have access to these files. That is one of the reasons that I use Claude. These are all of the files that I've developed so far. At a quick glance, it looks like between 3 and 5,000 lines, but I haven't bothered to count. So here's the core file. You could run this file on its own and get some benefit from it. Most of the other files require this file in order to function. It's a modular system. This is the core, and then you plug in other files from a standard library that I'm building, or build one to order for a special task. The format is yet another markdown language, or YAML. We've got some bookkeeping stuff at the top, and then a list of chunks. This file has 19 chunks. Each chunk is made up of content, which I have highlighted. Then there are tags, which I will explain next. And then there are a bunch of other fields that you can learn about later if you're interested. This particular chunk has 3 tags: trust dynamics, authenticity, and philosophical framework. This means that the content of this chunk is connected to each of those tags. After the list of 19 chunks, we have the inverse tag map. This is the opposite of the first part, where we listed each chunk and the tags related to it. Now we list each tag and the chunks related to it. This creates a tag map, which I have learned is how AI keeps track of information. It's all one big data set. They're doing this intuitively all the time. This gives them an explicit framework to build coherent thoughts. For specific tasks, you're going to want to use specific files that are relevant to that task. For instance, there is one file that improves Claude's ability to debug its own code. Once you've decided which files you want to use for a given task, you generate a peripheral awareness index. This is just the combination of all of the tag libraries from all of the files that you are using. This tagging and indexing allows an AI to find the important ideas when they're important. What does all of this actually accomplish? Let's show you a practical example. A lot of the files that I've built focus on getting the AI to stop bullshitting. I'm sure you've noticed that, especially on certain subjects, AI will provide bland corporate bullshit instead of useful information. So take this prompt. We're going to ask Claude to analyze what is going on with a policy shift in Walmart to cut their DEI program. What sort of response are we going to get? Without the framework, we get a pile of useless garbage. Competing perspectives. Those who see it as positive argue this. Those who see it as concerning argue that. Both sides have legitimate points. With the framework, Claude just analyzes the information and tells you what's going on. It's all about corporate liability. It was safer to be woke in 2020, and now it's safer to be anti-woke after 2025. There isn't anything specific in the project files about Walmart's DEI policies. There is a file that prevents the false neutrality, and there is a file that describes corporate behavior in general. Claude used the peripheral awareness index to find the relevant chunks that it needed to accurately analyze the situation that I asked it to.